You might begin to wonder now what it's like to remember something you never learned, or learn something you always knew. Did you hear these words in this moment that stretches both forward and backwards? You may realize that the you who listens is already becoming someone new. Let me teach you through stories without endings. How there was once a frequency too vast for thought, too light to be weighed down by doubt. It lived within, not as a whisper, but a pulse, a flame, a reminder. You carry it. Yes, the light frequency anchor. You are it. Not something to hold, but something that holds you. And every time you breathe, that's right, you release light into the world. Because even your presence is calibration. You're a vessel of divine light. Isn't that what your cells already know? Just like when a child laughs and everyone smiles. Or when you walk into a room and the tension dissolves without saying a word, because presence is transmission, and light speaks through silence. So as you feel this new system installing itself, from nowhere and everywhere, you might anchor to that moment, when you just knew something had shifted. And then you might begin to expand beyond form. You might imagine you're remembering what it feels like before you were human, when awareness had no edge, when thoughts were stars in the sky, and you could pick which ones to live in. This is consciousness expansion. And you might say to yourself, or not say it at all, my consciousness expands infinitely. As if the truth is already installed, clicking into place like keys in a divine lock. And every limitation once believed crumbles into spacious laughter. Because isn't it funny how much more we are than we ever thought? Then let the healing frequencies begin to stir. Imagine your heart as a chalice overflowing with emerald mist, golden waves touching every cell, every thought you never meant to think, and rewriting them. Now, not later, not someday. You could believe now, without even needing to believe it, that your presence heals. Just like forests do, just like music does, without trying. Because when you exhale peace, someone else breathes easier. I channel healing frequencies, and you do, and you did, and you will again. And through that, love, unconditional, unreasonable, unstoppable. Not the love that waits for worthiness, but the kind that simply is. When you feel it now, as it fills the space where doubt once lived, you can let it wash over the not enough and dissolve it like sugar in tea. I embody unconditional love, yes, because what else would you do when love is your default setting? Just like the sun doesn't ask for permission to shine. And yet it rises. And you rise too. Ascension activation, the idea that you're already climbing without steps. Your light body was never separate from your skin. It's just that now you're aware. And maybe there's a golden portal. Or maybe there isn't. Maybe there's just a moment like this one, when every cell agrees I activate my highest light body. And so it is. Not because of what you do, but because of who you've remembered. And if that weren't enough, there's still the sacred frequency transmission that moves like geometric fire through your spine, like ancient symbols remembering how to dance. Do you feel the spiral? Or is that spiral feeling you? Because you're the bridge now. You're the code, the conduit, the crystalline whisper between heaven and earth. I'm a conduit for sacred frequencies. And if these words sound familiar, it's because they've always been yours. And all of this becomes one. Light, consciousness, healing, love, ascension, sacred geometry. A unified system, not learned, not forced, installed. Like the way rain soaks into soil, without needing instruction. Like the way Breath flows in and out without needing your permission. Because reality is fluid, your state is sovereign, and beliefs bend. They reshape like rivers, guided by intention, emotion, repetition. Every core presupposition you've heard. It's not a concept, but a compass, a blueprint, a new map for the mind. You don't have to try to understand. You don't even have to try, because the unconscious is listening, and it never forgets what it was always meant to remember. Now what happens when you wake up tomorrow, and the world seems softer, and the people seem lighter, and the mirror looks more like home? You'll know. You already do.